Lincoln, Nebraska. Jelly was drinking this year. And for those who don't know, Jelly, when he was drinking, was a different... It was just a whole nother beast.
A whole beast.
If he wanted... He was tequila only. He's ruined tequila for me forever. Because his shot of tequila would be about to there. It'd be like 6 to 8 ounces of tequila, and he'd call that a shot. That's not how it works.
No. So anyway, chill. 36-hour ban plus Rufio. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe this is a new thing. Hey, don't forget about the mic.
Yes. Hello.
Hey, thank you guys for taking the time to do this. It's really rad that you guys would do this. I think a lot of people will enjoy seeing and learning about you guys. I mean, you're on stage all the time in front of a crap ton of people, but not a lot of times do people get to actually hear you talk and your personality and that sort of stuff. So
Right. Yeah, thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yep. And you guys are in town for
We
Jelly
are
Roll.
opening for Post Malone tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes, with Jelly Roll. Yep.
So Jelly Roll's opening for Post Malone tomorrow at the, I forget the name of the stadium.
It's Kauffman,
Kauffman,
where the Kansas City Royals play.
Yep.
So
So
stoked.
big ass stadium tour, part 2. We
Yep.
did the whole run last year with Post as well, and now we're they ran it back this summer with different markets, and here we are in Kansas City.
Here we are.
Yep. So can we do this? Let's go down the line and introduce ourselves. So we can start with Cody.
Yeah. What's going on, man? I'm Cody, a.k.a. Pork Chop. I play drums for Jelly Roll.
What's up, y'all? My name is Matt Ferranti. I play piano for Jelly Roll.
Hey, everybody. My name is Sebastian. Oh, God. I'm sorry, man. What's going on, everybody? My name is Rufio Hooks. I'm a songwriter based out of Nashville, Tennessee.
My name is Alex Howard, a.k.a. Al, a.k.a. Hot Dog Howard, whatever you want to call me, and I'm the bass player for Jelly Roll's band.
Hot
Nice.
Dog Howard, baby.
Hot Dog Howard.
Yes, sir.
Man, the nicknames, there's so many of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, hey, first off, how's the tour been going so far?
sick.
Amazing.
It's been awesome. It's been really cool. I missed the headlining shows, but the Post tour has been great. The shows have been awesome. We've been playing collectively really well, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nothing more you can do there.
Yeah.
It's,
I mean, Post is the man. His band is full of absolute killers.
Yep.
oh, it's God,
So it's always fun to go watch them and be a part of all of that. And, we have a great set. By the time we're at the last 3 songs, the stadium is full, ready
Locked
to see
in.
Post set. And, we're lucky to be able to do it. It's amazing. It's a
And it
dream.
hasn't rained at all, and we haven't sweated at
Yeah,
all.
it
really
has been the tour
temperate
of rain.
climate.
It's absolutely insane. Like the other night in Arkansas, we literally had rain delays for hours and hours. We ended up going on like almost 2 hours later than we were supposed to.
It's rained every show this
Yeah.
tour. Almost every single show. it's
Something's
rained.
following us for sure.
It's insane.
But
Well, and then you have to wait forever. Kudos to the fans, man. They hang around and they go hard.
Mad
Yeah.
love to
Yeah.
the fans. Mad love.
Yeah.
like, I was shocked that there was as many people in Arkansas as there was after we had all those delays. So
And
yes.
so quick. They all came in so quick once
Yeah.
it announced that they could go back. So it
It
was
felt so strange playing a 40-minute set because normally we
Yeah,
play
we
like
had
an
to-
hour or an hour and a half. So it was like,
Oh, you had to shorten it because of the rain?
Yeah,
Yes.
like Carter Faith is opening the show. We had probably 10 different working times of like, all right, if lightning holds off, this is the new schedule. And that happened like multiple times till finally they had to unfortunately drop off, and then they just like trimmed our set down to 40 minutes so Post could still get a full set in before
Yep.
the curfew at midnight or whatever it was. So,
Yeah, that's the downside of those shows. I mean, it's incredible to be outside, but it's weather dependent.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a toss-up.
Yep.
Last summer we had some of the more, or not more, but like last summer we had some of the NFL stadiums that have
roof.
coverage. Yeah. So like Dallas, we played the Cowboy Stadium, AT&T, and it wouldn't have mattered there. It was like that one was a banger.
Right.
Especially Posty being there as a huge Cowboys guy that he is from
Yep.
Dallas and all that. But this summer's been a lot of the open air ones, and it's been, you got to roll with the punches.
Been risky.
I still have PTSD from Dallas.
What happened in
Why is
Dallas?
that?
Well,
Oh, when the bus left him at the hotel and he walked the 2 miles.
Oh
or
my
some
God,
shit,
I forgot
something
about
with his suitcase. Dude, insane.
I forgot about that.
the craziest
gosh.
part is as I'm dragging my suitcases up, sweating profusely. Post dad is the one who greeted me. Like,
Yeah.
I could see an oil spot from a mile away.
Yeah,
I was like,
he's a
"Oh."
legend, man.
He's a legend.
They're the best.
So for back to the Post thing, his band, do you guys know them? Like, are they from?
I mean, they've kind of changed over the years.
I'm tight with their drummer, but we know them. I mean, for me personally, like I know them, but me and Phil, their drummer, are really tight.
Nice.
Yeah, we all have like intertwinings.
Yeah.
Like Justin, their guitar player, came from the same sort of world that a lot of us came from, with like the Warped Tour style bands and all that.
Hold on, stop for a second, because you said metal. Tell me about. I'm interested in that. What do you mean? Like going to see him, or
Yeah, we
playing with him?
just came up kind of the same way. Like Justin was in a band called Brighton, and then Rocket to the Moon, and then
incredible
played
band.
for Dan and Shay for
So-
years. And then like myself and Jack, our lead guitarist, like I played in a band called Conditions, and then Sleeping with Sirens, and he was in Siler, and like we've all been in these type of like scene bands that are Warped Tour style bands that eventually the roads led us to Nashville and led us to the current gigs that we're in, and it's
That's
a
awesome.
crazy small world. It's like a Warped Tour retirement place that the filter keeps going smaller and smaller, and then like you realize that you've been on the road with these people 10 years ago that you ran into a catering line.
Like when I was on Warped Tour in 2017, I didn't know that I met Alex, and then we ended up in a band together in 2022.
That is
And then he was
wild.
like, "Dude, I stood side stage for your all set at this show," and I was like, "Bro."
Yeah.
Like, he was like, "We only met in passing," but I was like, "That's crazy."
And I remember thinking like, oh, that's a sick drummer.
Dude, it's a small world in the sense that, like, if you look at your resumes, so I can play instruments, but I haven't been on tour and I haven't played in front of 60,000 people. So like right there, you just knocked out 95% of the people that can play, and then you have that experience. Like on a resume, any of these people that are looking to pick up bands are like, yeah, okay, you like metal, no problem. That makes it even better.
Mm. It's definitely a blessing to get to play for the crowds that we get to. It's you know what I'm saying, like it's really cool. I mean, we've done it. We did a stadium on our own in Australia, which was insane, but like, we're just support on this Post tour, and so inevitably it's Post and Jelly fans, but it'd be, hopefully we get to that place one day where we get to sell out stadiums on our own, which would be awesome too. But
Heck yeah.
just alone getting to play in front of the crowds, or just even stepping foot in the stadiums of some of the greatest athletes that have ever lived, like it's just like that's
wild, like,
insane on its own.
Like last year, especially like the kind of A markets that we did, like you're at Gillette Stadium and you see like Tom Brady's name
Well, yeah, and
on the,
do you guys go in the? Do you go through the player locker rooms and stuff?
Yeah,
Well,
a lot of times our green room is
Yeah,
the locker room, or at least the away team locker room.
That's sick.
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
I'll say like too, a small thing about or a cool thing about the music industry is like these guys play in such epic places, and like we're all getting a chance to experience such cool things. I work in the music industry as a songwriter, but I've been working with like some of the homies from Post, like Justin as well, but mostly in just like songwriting. He's also a great songwriter and producer as well. So it's like we all kind of are around each other because of the fact that once you get to a certain like echelons of like the music industry, there's very few people that like work in it and do it professionally. So it's like we kind of all know each other somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll put this out, but this is just having a conversation. Have you guys ever heard of the band Humphreys and McGee? Jam band.
Jam band, yeah.
Kind of like a Fish, but way smaller.
Yeah.
They're not small. I mean, they'll do like 5,000 to 10,000 seats.
That's awesome.
But listen to this. So the jazz drummer, just left the band just to go to Nashville and now he's playing with Margot Price.
Margot Price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I think of that. I'm like, shit. If you're playing 5 to 10K seats and you're good, like he's good. It was job security. They've been playing for 20 years. Like you don't have to change anything. And then he's like, no, I'd rather go see what's available on my own. It's like everybody's independent in a way to go bounce around and do this different stuff with whoever. So
yeah, that's definitely a bold leap of faith, but more power to him. That's essentially what all of us had to do at some point. And then when Cody got the call, just hey, pack your drums, drive down from Kentucky.
Oh yeah,
Same
I was
thing,
at work. I locked up shop and packed drums and left.
Where did you work?
At a vape shop, and I also I was also a bartender, and I also worked at a strip club, and the whole 9 yards.
Dude, when I moved to Nashville, I was let go from the band I was playing with at the time, like 2 months after I moved. And I remember I had a conversation with my dad, like, well, son, like you can always come back to Richmond and whatever. And I was like, so just dead set. I was like, no, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be that guy that moves to Nashville and then less than a year later is back to his hometown. Like, I'm going to make this work. And here we are.
Yeah.
I did everything possible to sabotage myself from being in the real world at all. I knew I wanted to play music since I was, a young kid. And Nashville, Music City.
Yeah.
Detroit, ooh. LA, nope. New York, kinda, good pizza, but Nashville is just an awesome place. I played downtown for years and years, and that was like my outlet. I loved it. I love playing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I the fact that they let me in this, as soon as I got the call to join this band, they told me to not call Cody, is what they...
So, hey, real quick, Cody mentioned you play in a metal band, or you have a metal, or you manage a metal band.
Yeah. So I used to play, like Alex said, I used to play in the metal world. I was in a band called Siler. We did, we never got big, but we did some really cool tours around the world. Did Warped Tour and all that cool stuff and all the festivals. And then in 2020, while bands were like writing and doing live shows, we got dropped from the label, and everybody just kind of got sad. But I was like, I live close to Nashville and started making like connections with drummers in Nashville and stuff. And at that time, I wanted to step foot into the management world and kind of get my foot in that door and try to help a band if I could. And so I picked up this band called Devil's Cut and been working with them ever since. And they just put out their first record through Monarch Heavy, which was super cool.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
They're doing a big tour in the fall with the vocalist of Hell Yeah and Mudvayne. His name's Chad Gray.
Whoa.
So it's a really cool for them. But
shout out Trey.
yeah, I started working with them, and that kind of got me started in like my writing venture. And through writing with them, I started realizing how much I actually love writing. And now Tizzle and Rufio have brought me on to their stuff, and we write all the time. And like we were writing today, and it was awesome. But
It was awesome.
yeah, so I came from the metal world. I got picked up with Jelly Roll in 2021, and I started managing Devil's Cut around that time. And so.
I have a question for you guys, because I think maybe metal will come into this, and this is me just personally curious. What are you guys listening to right now? And I don't know, can you not, like, do you have to say you listen to country? Probably not. But what do you listen, like, what do you jam, what do you guys like got on repeat right now? Go ahead, Rufio.
This is probably going to be a weird answer, but it's like, I don't really listen to music. I've like on radio as much. I just write it with most people and kind of like live it, because I just feel like we're around it at all times. It's kind of sometimes like really hard to even turn it off. So
You're the second person been on this podcast that said that.
yeah,
sometimes you don't even want to be up to date on stuff like that, because you don't want to be like, oh, you subconsciously heard this and and you sprinkle it into the song, and then someone's like, oh, that sounds like that. Like, you don't even want any part of that. You know what I mean?
And a lot of times, like, if you listen to like a number one, as a songwriter, like me as a songwriter, we're always trying to get new artists to cut our stuff. And like, if you listen to what's on the radio and then you try to write what's on the radio, that's probably not a smart idea. You kind of want to write something that's newer. And I feel like that affects me mentally. So I'm always just like, let's just go in the studio and just make whatever feels right.
Yeah. It depends on the day for me. Like most of the time, if I get in my truck and I have to go somewhere, I don't even throw on music. Like if I got to drive downtown, it's in silence. When I drive home, it's in silence. But like there's some days that I wake up and take a shower and I throw on King Von and NBA Youngboy and Chief Keef and XYZ. But then there's some days that some days I'm having a sad day and I want to throw on Cody Johnson and Cole Wetzel. And then there's other days where I just feel like ripping. So we get into like, I don't know, we get into the metal side of things, like Big Ass Truck and fucking Era and Kubakan and Straight from the Path. And, you know, just it kind of just depends on the day for me.
Yeah, we rip a lot of Straight from the Path. It's all like, it depends on like what you're doing. Like gym stuff, it's always heavy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like Stray, Day to Remember, you know, Ghost Inside. Like that's what I'm listening to. But then like, on my personal stuff, like I listen to like Noah Gunderson and Rustin Kelly and like more singer-songwriter, like quiet, chill stuff. And then I'm the same way when I'm at home. I'm in my car. I'm listening to like Pred's sports radio. Big hockey guy. I don't even want to listen to music. Just running errands around town. I'm listening to sports stuff.
Yeah. Well, and to Rufio's point, sometimes you need it quiet to let your brain. Like if you're in a car and it's completely dead quiet, maybe a melody just comes in your head that 100%. If you had that noise, you wouldn't do that. So
well, also just with what we do for a living too, like we're just constantly. Are we allowed to cuss on here?
Sure.
We're constantly getting ear fucked at all times.
I mean,
you know what
dude,
I'm saying?
he laid into that.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't have to like.
You know what I'm saying? You're not only are you on a full bus with 12 people or 11 people every single day, so you're hearing those conversations all through the day and through the night, and like then you wake up, you go in the venue, there's 150 people working and setting shit up, so there's things banging in the background, there's people yelling because you don't have your pass on, it's in your pocket, or there's people trying to, you know, there's everybody doing something. You get in the green room, there's music going on, there's people on phones and XYZ, then you go to stage, you play the show, then you get off and everybody's back on the bus, and so it's just at all times it's just constantly something. And I think a lot of musicians probably relate in the sense of like getting home, and like if you're getting in your car or something, like the silence is almost like refreshing.
It's needed
in a way.
That's a song title.
No,
there you go.
I'm kind of opposite.
The silence is refreshing.
I moved to Mount Juliet, and even the cockroaches are silent by 8 o'clock. Like the silence is deafening. My tinnitus is in the key of A flat, kind of. Like I need something going on, right? So, you know, in a different life, I'm kind of an R&B artist to a degree. So like, give me the Brian McKnights, give me all like the nostalgic slow dance, you know.
You like Usher?
Yeah, a little bit.
Didn't sound like it based on that answer.
No,
I mean, I cover like 2 of his songs, but like Boys to Men,
Ferranti is very art. He's got that Detroit soul music, Motown.
I got that seasoning.
Soul. He got
he got a little special seasoning.
All right, I want to pivot a little bit. Let's talk about your songwriting. We can pass the mic around. Whoever wants to go ahead. But what are you guys doing outside of the tour, on your own, in other bands, that whole thing?
Well, I mean, me as a songwriter, I mean, in Nashville, like, normally we're getting set up with sessions, but really, like, with songwriting, you're trying to just link up with people that you vibe with, or hopefully you can work with people that are linked to other people, and you can't really time like exactly where you want songs to go, but hopefully just enjoy writing them, and hopefully they get in the right hands. And I'm signed with Reservoir, so I'm sending emails to my publishers, and they're sending it off to our offices in LA, and they get into the hands of the right artists, hopefully.
What are you writing? What style? What genre?
I don't really try not to do a genre. I think I just try to write hits, man. Like I think we all love music so much that when we're in the room, like if it's a bad song, we're gonna stop writing that.
Yeah.
Because this industry is so hard. So to get it even a cut is sometimes almost like practically impossible. So it's gotta be this type of caliber, and we love it so much that if it's not perfect, sometimes we just drive ourselves crazy.
By the way, I didn't mean to pigeonhole you on a genre. I hate that whole genre thing because really it should be genre.
That's a good question though.
Well, genreless. I'm more of like what kind of like what direction? Like, are we going with electric or R&B or that sort of thing?
Yeah. Well, it just takes. It just depends on like I said that day. Because like today, for instance, we wrote a just straight club hip hop song. You know what I'm saying? I don't go to clubs. I'm not in the hip hop world. You know what I'm saying? But that's just a vibe that came out. So like we wrote this trap hip hop song, and then like there's been times that they were just getting going and they start writing a Latin song, you know what I'm saying? Like, so Latin beat, like
love that
samba grooves and shit. And then, there's times we write, the other day we wrote a super sad country song. And then last night they wrote a upbeat, sick tempo country rock song. And like Ferranti wrote a rock song that I gave the Devil's Cut that they ended up taking and tracking. So it's like, it really like, it can go either way of like what, just depending on like what the vibe is, because someone could say a line and people start vibing with it, and then the idea kind of forms around where the song's going to go, whether it's going to be like a pop song or a K-pop song or a hip-hop song or a country song or a rock song or a heavy metal song, X, Y, and Z. So I think it just kind of depends on the people you're writing with and kind of where everyone's vibe is at that day.
To touch with like what Cody is saying, I call it like going fishing. Like you let the room decide where the song's gonna go. Yeah. And you normally when you're in a writing room, you may be with like 3 or 4 writers. You try to listen to each other and see where they're trying to go, and hopefully you guys all meet in the same place, and then magic happens, I guess.
So that perspective is, remember though, when I was an artist, right? You were like, hey, you gotta come in here and run the room. You gotta come in here and do that because you guys are flexible trying to write me a song. You know what I mean? That was crazy for me. I was like, I don't understand any of that. And now it's like, okay, now that sometimes you gotta step back, whatever the room needs. You know what I mean?
It's like sports. Like if you're on a basketball team, you're gonna see which one of your teammates is in the zone, and you're gonna get out the way. You're gonna give them the ball, and you're gonna say, go ahead and make that happen, and when I see he's in the zone or Alex is in the zone when we're in the room or Cody's in there, hopefully you just encourage him, like yo bro, that's fire, and energy is infectious. So the more you hype other people up and you see when they are there, you give them the ball.
But also learning how to tell them that something's not good, and also being on the receiving end and not getting hurt by being told that something you said is not good. Because you're going to say shit that sucks, but you should say it so you can hear that it sucks.
Yeah. You got to just let it out.
And you can't be offended by it because that's just your homie being real with you.
You need it.
Cool, no one else likes this? All right, cool.
If you don't have that, then you're going to waste a bunch of time.
Facts. You got to have that.
Producing this, going through the path, and then send it to somebody, and they're like, this is trash. And they're like, oh, man, I wish somebody would have told me that before.
You got to have that in the room, but also, like I said, on the opposite receiving end, you have to be able to take it and like not take it personal.
Goldfish mentality. You just forget it and move on.
But yeah, for me, when it came to writing, I always like played a small part when I was in my local bands back in Kentucky. I would like sit with my guitar player and think of ideas, and I didn't really understand how to write or the concept of building a song, but I was trying, and I enjoyed it. And then when I got with Siler, I kind of took a little bit more of a, I don't even know the fucking
creative
word.
Control.
Yeah, well, not creative control, because Jay and Miguel really had the creative control in that band. But I put more ideas in, and we in the times that I would come in there to write with them, and ended up coming up with some things that stuck on the record, which was really cool. And I always like kind of have melodies and ideas and stuff in my brain, but when I got into Nashville, of course, everybody's a writer there, and you look to your left, and there's 10 people, fishing to get in the room, and so you're constantly battling. But being a drummer that doesn't have any hits or singles with your name on it, it's hard for people to take you serious because you're just seen as a drummer, and we're all seen as like barbarians. But so until you get in a room, until you like have someone that trusts you. For me, it was like I had to have someone trust me to get into the room, and it was like my lead in with that was Devil's Cut, and I was like, we're going to write with that, and so I would write with them a lot, and through that I met other people, and Ferranti ended up coming out on tour with us. Me and him wrote, and he was like, oh, this isn't half bad. And through that, he introduced me to Rufio, and then me and Rufio got in a session together without Ferranti, and you know, now, you know, I have people that can vouch that I can add something to the piece. And you know, sometimes you kind of just got to know where you're at and know your place and let it come when it's time to come. And
comfortability is the biggest thing. And like,
yeah,
I love people. We're in a people business, right? But creatively, I just want to be around these dudes. I don't need more creative friends. Like I'm seeking creative greatness, and if that goes somewhere, then I will chase it, or either you sit back or you serve the song, if you will. But one of my favorite things to do is write for angsty girls. I love writing girl songs. I'm not lying.
Like, you got some angst in you, bub?
I can't even spell angst, bro.
Al, how about you?
Alex is a legend.
A legend.
Alex is.
I'm still, truthfully, excuse me. Truthfully, I'm still trying to like get out of a pigeonhole that I've been in for a long time. I had a really big name producer one time tell me that I was writing for a different band, and he was like, "That just sounds like a Condition song," which is my old band. It's like my baby that I grew up with, whatever.
Yep.
Not an active band anymore. So like I find myself just writing what I want to write, and it always comes back as, that sounds like that. And I was like, well, that's because that's me. Like that's what I like to write. So being in Nashville has taught me how to get out of that hole a little bit and just like, just try different things, get out of your comfort zone. And, for me, it's still like, it's constantly learning. And being surrounded by people like this is always like, a beautiful thing to be able to witness. Even if I'm like, I don't want to be like stepping on any toes because I know how it works. But like people like on cuts are like, all right, well, there's 5 people in the room, but that guy didn't really do anything. And, so we're doing a 4-way split. I'm like, I never want to be that guy that's just like a fly on the wall, but like I also want to be in those rooms to know how to make myself better as a songwriter and just learn throughout. So I've thankfully been in a lot of rooms the last 5 years that I have learned so much and been able to experience that and like really mature myself as a songwriter and feel like I will have more to offer than just the one band. The one band sound, whatever, that I've been known for before that.
I like that because I back so fully just like immersing yourself around people that you feel that you can learn from. You know what I'm saying? Like, because everybody's so different and everybody's brain's so different, and you can there's so much takeaway, especially when it comes to writing. Yeah.
Like it's like fulfilling, even if you have nothing to do with it. Like it's fulfilling for me to watch people in the moment do their craft, and you learn a lot from it, and you learn how to like dig not only deeper, but like find a different spot within yourself to like explore.
I never understood and maybe you guys know people like this. I never understood the people that are lone wolves that just do it by themselves on their own.
That takes a lot of courage.
Tough.
I think like I personally don't like to write like by myself. I like to bounce off energy from people and learn, just how to express myself in the room and see how they're trying to express themselves in the room. And it's been like, I had the privilege to work with a bunch of different artists. I just had a single come out that went to radio for Bad Wolves, which, like I normally do pop and R&B music, but Bad Wolves is a rock band, and most people wouldn't even think that, like, sometimes they look at me and they're like, nah, bro, you can't do rock music, but they don't know that I probably, like, grew up listening to, like, The Doors.
The fuck you can't.
Right.
Like, The Doors, listening to Hidden in Plainview, which is a random band name right now.
Hidden in Plainview?
Yeah, bro.
You're talking Drive-Thru
Silverstein, bro.
Yeah.
Dude,
You're talking my language.
Yeah, man, because growing up in Jersey, dude, like, that was, like, the vibe. They have so
100%.
many bands out there. Yeah, Silverstein.
Starland Ballroom.
Yeah, you had
What a
Starland,
venue.
yeah, Pony.
That venue's beautiful.
Got to play there a few times, yes.
Love that.
But what would you say to these people that are just getting to I mean, you guys are, in my opinion, veterans. You've obviously done a lot. You're doing a lot. What would you say to these other young people that are like, I want to go there. I want to be in a backing band for somebody, or I want to be in a band, or I want to start a band, what would you say?
Immerse yourself in it.
Yeah. I think all of us have been like billboards of perseverance.
Yeah.
We ain't going nowhere.
For sure.
We doing this till forever. And if you can last long, you know, that puts you in a certain category of, you know, I mean, who cares about clout or anything? Just being available always, you know, having good character, just being consistent. You know, you got to pry the shit from my dead hands, bro. You know what I mean? That's what we doing.
Yeah, don't let anyone outwork you. You know what I'm saying? Like there's 100,000 other motherfuckers that are coming for exactly what you're trying to do at all times. Even if you get the gig, there's still 1,000 kids waiting in line to take that gig from me. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So
Always,
it's one of those things where, you know, I highly suggest immersing yourself in where you want to be. You want to be in country music? Move to Nashville now. Don't think about it. Don't wait on it. Don't wait to get a gig, because the kid that already lives in Nashville is going to get that gig before that artist is going to fly you out, no matter how good you are.
1,000%.
So, and on top of that, you want to do pop, move to LA, move to New York. You want to do pop country, move to Nashville. You want to do, you know, just whatever. You know, rock is kind of like worldwide, so you can kind of do rock wherever. But, you know, but even actually, you know what? No, because even in rock, if you want to immerse yourself in it, like you move to LA, you move to Nashville now. These are both huge music worlds, and you're just gonna become a better writer and you're gonna make more. You're gonna make more friends and make more networking things to just keep advancing your career.
The best thing I ever learned was how bad I was when I moved to Nashville. I thought I was so good. Like, hell yeah, dude, I'm coming out here.
And you're telling you were, but then you go somewhere else like that. Like, whoa, man, everyone's good.
And
you're good in your hometown. And then you get to a place of musicians, and then you got to fight.
It keeps you humble. It kind of recalibrates the whole thing, and that's when I'm like, okay, now I have a plan. Now I have a runway of how to whoop assery.
Well, there's only one Tizzle. So like that's not even a joke.
Damn right, and he should be studied.
Like you're always, no matter what, you're always gonna find a better drummer, a better keyboardist, whatever. But there's only one Tizzle. So
amen, brother.
That's your differentiator right there. That's a great message for people, both of them. And what do you guys got?
Yeah, I think my biggest thing is always showing up prepared. There's been, ever since like my band Call to the Day, and then I got into being a hired gun, every single gig I showed up to with like literally a tablature book full of me sitting down and learning every song, and like showing up, be like, do you think I should play this or this? You know what I mean? Like to the point where like even Jack, who's our lead guitarist, I played in his band for a number of years, and I remember showing up to that first rehearsal and him being like, dude, like I almost thought we were gonna have to like send you home off the bat. Like I just didn't know that you would show up this prepared. Like you need to know your shit. And on top of that, you also need to be like a good hang. How many more talented musicians are there than myself? I know it's countless. Like I'm not the best bass player, I'm not the best guitarist, I'm not the best whatever, but I show up, I know my shit, and I have a good attitude. And you've got to be a good hang and be pro about everything. So you just know your shit.
Love that.
I'll touch on that as well too. You know, just know where you want to go, kind of. You know, and network. I mean, for me, my changing thing I felt like was networking. I moved from New Jersey, and in New Jersey, like we're pretty fast paced and pretty blunt, and like. So I would just go on Instagram and just look up what songwriters were playing writers rounds that day. I'd look up their Instagram and see if I liked their music. If I liked their music, I'd go to their round, and then I would literally talk to them right afterwards. And I did that for like 2-3 years, man. And like I made lists of who I wanted, like people that had like hit songs, and I checked it off every time. So you gotta like really go get it, and networking helped me a lot.
Love that. Thank you guys for that.
I'm sorry, that ties in the whole thing of, are you going to let someone outwork you?
Yeah.
Because that's
Hell
work.
no.
I joined, when I joined Siler's from New York. Siler's from Queens, New York. I lived in Kentucky. They didn't have money to fly me out. They didn't have money to pay for a train, for bus, for none of that shit. I had to drive myself there for any rehearsal, any shows. And that's what I had to do in order to be in a band that was at that level that I was trying to get at that time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now motherfuckers are like, oh, well, where's the check? Or what are you going to pay me? Or what are you going to do this? What are you going to do this? And it's like, became this whole thing of like, people expecting all this pay and forgetting that, I mean, yeah, everybody needs to get paid. Everybody needs to get money. But sometimes you got to go broke trying to get to where you're trying to get to. You know, so it's like,
you got to eat it for a while to make it happen. Absolutely.
I worked 4 motherfucking jobs so I could just afford gas money to get up to New York so I could play one show. You know what I'm saying? Or like have a rehearsal before we went on tour. It's just like, I don't know many people doing that. And it's like, but someone else if I didn't do that, someone else from New York or somewhere closer was going to get the gig. But I wanted that gig. You know?
You'd be pissed as fuck as hell.
Oh, I'm fucking losing.
I will say, like even Sebastian, like he's one of my best friends. Like he was one of the only ones. Like when there was a place, like a songwriting place in Nashville called The Workshop. Mm-hmm. We set up in the closet so people would leave us alone. He was like, "Hey, what's up, closet buddy? Hey, there you go." And he tracked many singles for me when you were running the DAW.
Yeah, with no AC, bro.
Closet boy.
Yeah.
See, damn it.
We would just stay there, man. We would just stay there all the time. And then, the Workshop had 4 rooms. So if you do your math, minimum 16, 12 writers. And they're all writing songs. You can literally just listen what they're doing and wait till they're done and freaking network with them. And while we were doing that, we're recording the janitor's closet, which I guess is technically the 5th room. And we would stay there all the time, man. Because, there was nothing else we really wanted to do. This was it. And
exactly. You got to want it.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey, that was amazing. I don't know if you guys talk about this much, but for people that are coming up, they don't know what you know. And some of them think they just show up and then they're good enough they can shred and that somebody will pick them up. But there's a lot of work that goes into it.
Yeah, there's also the down part about the people the down part about what you just said is that there is so many of those kids that don't know like what they're getting into or so on and so forth, which is why a lot of them that do end up getting in a band that tours, there's quite a few that end up dropping out. You know what I'm saying? But what doesn't make it better is people trying to like glamorize or be fake on the internet to these kids and be like, oh, everything's great and bushy and bright and fairy taled and this and that. We don't have no problems. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? It's these conversations and this shit that people need to hear. And like, cause this is real.
It's real.
Like you're going to get the reality of it. And I think not only are we a good group cause we're just real motherfuckers that aren't going to like tiptoe around it. We're going to tell you how it is. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot more people in our position that are backing up an artist need to be more upfront about the realities of like the difference between what we do and like someone like that's a full, someone like a Bad Omens or someone that's like a band. A band operates different than like what we do. Sure, we're in a band, but we're not the band. We're not the artist. Mm-hmm. We are there to back this artist, and that's a whole different world than just being in a band.
Right, and it leads to other things, right?
Yeah. All
this stuff leads to different things, and if people quit because it's not cool enough or they're not the headliner or whatever, they give up. You don't.
Yeah, and it's the thing. The thing is work never stops. Even in our position right now, like we can't, like we're not, in the most respectful way, we're not in any position to where we can go buy mansions and cars and just fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Like when we get home, we're going to write. We're going. I do fuck with Taco Bell. I've been eating Taco Bell for sure. Shout out Taco Bell. But like we'll be writing. Like I manage a band. Everybody keeps working. Like the grind doesn't stop. The work doesn't stop. And when that stops for you, that just means you I don't want to say gave up, but it's like you've become complacent in what you're doing. Yep. And not that that's a bad thing, but the work doesn't end. You know what I'm saying?
One thing
Go ahead.
is that can feel 2 different ways because you might be doing a lot of right things, but not knowing what's next. And you spend a lot of time sitting there swinging at the sky for no damn reason. Or maybe it's all the reason, but you don't know. It's not give up. It's like you want to work smarter, not harder. Like can I just swing at something else other than the big old sky? Sometimes it's been Alex. Sometimes it's been Rufio. I wouldn't swing on Cody, but but man, it's like just the don't hold the line, right? If you don't know where you're going exactly, you don't have to, but just like don't go nowhere. That's the first thing. And we have a buddy Hasten, right? During quarantine, I was in my darkest place of all time, and your buddy was the one, Hasten, my buddy too, got me playing Facebook Live in his bar, just like making any sort of money I could playing music. The best part of my day was playing music. It's like, hey, that's enough for me. Like, you stayed right there. And not, I don't know how they got all of us crazy dudes in the same band, but like 36 Hour Band is like some of the coldest group of killer musicians of all time. I don't understand it. It's very blessed to be with these boys.
One thing, sorry to interrupt. One thing on that I wanted to touch on, because Al said it a little bit too. How many times have you guys thought about hanging it up because it wasn't going well, but then you're here now, obviously you didn't. That goes through your mind at some point, right?
So many times. Every time I've thought that it was like, okay, maybe I'm okay with this chapter being done and now it's time to move on to something else. Something has happened to pull me back, and I can't say how thankful I am for that. Like, I've done so many things, dude. I've been the guy that's gone and like, I've got a college degree. I've done an office job. I worked in the Gibson guitar building factory. Like, I've done so many things that should have been like, okay, I'm done with this, and now it's on to this. And somehow, thank God, thank you, universe, has brought me back to just playing, because that's my pure, that's my joy. And I'm so thankful that has happened. But, every time it's been like, okay, it's time to move on. Like, you just can't let it be.
Can I brag on you for a second? He's just in our camp alone, right? He came in as Jelly's assistant, right? Or came in as a guitar tech.
At first started guitar teching.
Then became a personal assistant. And then then played bass for 2 songs, and then became the bass player. Like,
that's a story, man.
Yeah, Jack sold it to me to be like, hey, we need a guitar tech, but like we also need bass. So like, if you just come in guitar tech for a while, like you'll eventually be the bass player.
That's a story right there.
Checked out.
Because you could have said no.
Yeah.
You could have said no. That I don't want to do that, or that's not big enough for me.
Sure. And I just started an office job at that point, coming out of COVID. Like, thought I was done with it. Thought it was just like time. It's in my 30s, whatever. And it's like, just come do it for a weekend and see how you like it. And like immediately, I was like, I love this shit. Like, this is where I need to be.
Right.
Yeah. I've only had the thought one time, and it was when I was with Siler. It was at the end of 2019. COVID. We just got home from a Europe tour. That the shows were cool, but the vibes within the band were not, not the most positive. And everybody, we were all kind of bummed. And I think I was like 27 or 28, and I was kind of just hit this point of like, dude, I wasn't making money. I was spending all the money I had just to go on tour. And I hit this point of like, man, I don't know what's going on. And then, like I said earlier, the band, we weren't writing, we weren't doing live streams, we weren't doing anything. And so I was like, man, I don't know if anybody's going to pick me up. I don't know what's going to happen from here. Like, I don't have any offers. Like, I don't know if this band's done. I had no idea what was happening. So that was like the only time that I was like, is this like the time that I hang it up? But for me personally, nothing since I was a senior in high school, nothing else has ever made sense. I'm not like, I don't know how to not tour. When I'm home, I go insane. I go crazy. Like, when I'm on tours that's the only way that I know how to like be sane and like live. And I don't know. I don't understand it, but it's just how I feel. And I love being on tour. I'd be on tour year round. I love the bus. I love touring. I love playing drums every day.
Loves Bunky.
Love Bunky. And so it's like, for me, I have like, I've opened the ventures to like writing and managing, and because it's still involved in music. So it's like, for God given reason, if all my touring stuff just ended today and I didn't get another gig, at least somehow like I would still be involved in music. But I don't see, I just can't fathom or comprehend a lifetime of my lifetime in this lifetime that I'm not on tour playing drums until I physically am not capable of
It sounds like you have a calling.
Amen.
And you leaned into it hard.
Yeah.
And you didn't give up.
Yeah,
I mean, that right there is the message.
Trust me, dude. I try to think about it. I try to think like, dude, if this, what would I do? There's just no
Work
answer.
at Taco Bell?
Free tacos, dude.
The only, but everything comes back to music. The only thing that didn't come back to music, and it would be, and not that this was just because it's a fucking great job. Like if I couldn't get a CDL to drive tour buses, or if I couldn't get a CDL,
Maybe a sick
if
driver.
I couldn't be a drum tech, if I didn't get an offer for any other gigs, if I didn't get anything, immediately I'm going to Garbage Man. Garbage Man, like I get to drive, I get to go around town, and they make great money.
They do
You know
make
what I'm
great-
saying?
They
Like,
do, and I have all the respect for them. But
And-
respectfully, I don't see you being my garbage man.
dude, I'd be a sick
You're too
garbage
good
man.
at drums for that. So
Hey,
respect.
Rufio, you had something to say earlier.
To add a compliment, like Cody, like as well too, man. I mean, like these guys, different thing, but these guys are like freaking living rock stars, you know? Like they like really there's something different. It's almost hard to explain probably what they feel and the adrenaline when they're on stage, right? And it's like you get to be around people like this, and it's like but I feel so connected to them, you know? And it's like no, I've never had it. I've never had it. I've something that's helped me mentally is I don't want to be a songwriter forever. I'm trying to be Clive Davis. So if I got to have I been blessed with like an opportunity to have a gift? Yes, I'm going to use my gift to be a CEO. And I mean, we'll pivot and we'll still be in the music industry, and then hopefully I'll be able to help my homies as well too. So
Love that. Thank you.
Hold up, I got to brag on him now too. When I met him a long time, how many, 10 years ago, 12, 11? I don't know.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Of course, it was that tin roof.
But one of the first co-writes I had was when we were on Roller Coaster together. It was my first single that came out.
That was our first, right? And I walked in and I said, "You're gonna be my best friend."
Hell yeah,
He
dude.
played four chords, and he played 4 chords. I walked in late to the session. I was about like 30 minutes late, but I'm Hispanic, so that always happens. but I walked in and he played 4 chords, and I was like, "Bro, why haven't I met you before?" And when you see something like
What
that,
were the chords?
I'm not.
That's all it takes for Matt Ferrati, dude. He just got that sauce.
Some beautiful
He
church
does.
chord. He got that.
No
right
dim-
on. That
no
boy
diminished.
seasoning.
Okay, sorry.
That
I
boy
will
seasoned.
I will keep bragging on you. Through a lot of things, I used to play for country artists named Brett Young, and I played intermittently for Jelly for a long time, but Brett was the first one to take me out. And I remember playing Madison Square Garden for the first time, but I was only making like $300 a night. It was like, and my parents were there, and I was like, this is not what it's supposed to feel like. I don't understand it.
Why am I not happier and richer?
Right.
And the imposter syndrome, I think is what it's called. But like you came and you were like, man, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you playing Madison Square Garden? Chin up, dog. And I was like, oh shit. Right, a couple months later, or maybe a couple years later, right? But like a couple years later, he was working at Topgolf, serving tables.
Yeah, man.
Like you know.
Sorry. I was actually I probably had my Topgolf shirt when he was calling me complaining about MSG, and I was like, bro, like you just like. But when we talk, like we do that to each other as friends because it's like we want them to keep that perspective. Like it's like, you know, like sure you're not where you want to be, but like, bro, look, enjoy these moments, man. So many people would kill to do some of the things that we've done. But yeah, I was working at Topgolf, and I was working at Topgolf, and third floor actually, and
yeah.
I get a text from a guy that I hadn't written with for a while, and he's like, "Yo, check your email," and And I open up my email and I'm like I think I was cleaning some fajitas out of a shafer or something like that. And I thought it was a prank. And it's like, hey, just so you know, we've linked you in with CEO of Columbia, Ron Perry, and BTS, the South Korean group. They're gonna cut your song and it's gonna be their single, Butter. And I dropped that shaper and I said, I quit. No, man. I freaked out, but I didn't think it was real. And, you know, I was, when I say I never thought I was going to quit, I believe that, but was I freaking scared? Yeah, I didn't know it was ever going to happen, but I told myself when I was 8, I'm like, you're not going to stop till it does. You're going to get a number one. And thank God, and shout out to BTS and Columbia. They pushed that freaking record, and it was 10 weeks number one. I'm very, very freaking emotional.
Turn it up. Turn it up. Let it up. Keep it going.
Like
10 weeks number one. Smooth like butter. BTS.
Well, it sounds like you told yourself you had no other option.
Yeah, you really had no other option, man.
That's how you have to be, man. Like, mentally, that's how you have to stay.
Yes,
there is no other choice.
There's not a backup. There's nothing else. Because if you got a backup, that means you're comfortable.
Right.
That means you're like, oh, I got something that whatever, and then that takes all your focus on the main objective.
Bingo.
The last caveat is like, you can get really good at drums and be eligible for great gigs, right? You can be a songwriter and not get a damn thing forever, right? It's just it's a crazier thing. And luckily, when you were welling up in the eyes, you called me first from Topgolf. I was in some bullshit festival in Alabama, Dothan, Alabama, something, and you were like, holy fuck, dude, we're doing it. And you turned it up to 25, bro. Once you got your little Colombian foot in that door, you kicked that bitch wide open, and you
took advantage of the opportunity.
I tried to like help other people. I mean, honestly, like a story people probably don't even know is like when they wired me that money for me signing my deal, the first thing I did was there was 2 guys that were in a group that were producers, and I really believed in them, and but they're like, they didn't have a lot of money and stuff like that. And the next time I worked with them, I said, yo, come with me to Best Buy, and I said, pick whatever computer you want. And I bought them whatever computer they wanted, and I said, don't you ever stop working because you guys are freaking good. And I think the music industry needs that. When you get a number one hit, you can't time hits, you know? It's a blessing from God, from the universe, and it's like, what the hell, man? And don't be selfish. Like, encourage somebody else to hopefully keep chasing that dream.
Facts. Man. Facts, bro. So many motherfuckers be so scared to help someone because they're afraid they're going to take their place.
Yeah.
And that mindset's fucking corny. Yeah. I don't know what cameras look at me. That mindset's corny.
If you lift other people up, it just comes back. And it's not like that's why you do it, but it does. It's proven. Like
that comes back to being like even a good hang as a touring musician. If you are a good person that pays it forward and helps other people, I truly believe that things come back around. Like karma is real, all of that. You give what you can, you help people where you can, and it'll all come back around.
Yeah, for sure.
Empower other people.
Hey, I want to be respectful of your time. This has been awesome. We've been talking good stuff. Before we get done, is there anything you want to looking forward? Do you want to talk about anything like upcoming shows or anything like that? Or I have one more question. If not.
You can do the question.
Yeah.
All right. I need some. This has to be quick. I need some stories from this tour or other tours, like good, like short, like a crazy, like something that somebody like me or somebody watching they can't.
Okay, I'll start off. I'll kick it off.
You're just ready? All like you're already ready?
Yeah. This is the first story.
Should I take off my shoes?
So, the other night we.
Not the other night.
The other night, yeah. So we have this plane we call Big Blue. It's a 60-person propeller prop plane.
Yeah.
It technically is a PJ, but it is not a PJ. Scariest flight in the world, but it also goes slow as sin. It's the slowest plane in the world. Somehow it's the fastest of its kind. But anyways, beyond that, so sometimes we have to fly on that plane. when there's long bus drives. But in this particular instance, we had a bus drive where they had already booked double drivers, which means that once one driver's time is up, the other driver steps in to finish out the drive. And they were going to get to the venue before we played. So some of us didn't want to fly because we didn't need to. We didn't need to be there early. And so me, Jack, Casey, and our buddy Ryan in the Brantley Gilbert camp, we stressed our TM out and ended up getting to ride on the bus. And so we rode this 12-hour drive. Our guitar player, Casey, decided that he wanted to build bunk forts. Because since we had the bus to ourselves, there was no one on it. He took out our steel player's bed and laid it across beds and put pillows and blankets and stuff up on it and created this little fort. It lasted about 3 seconds. It was completely pointless. Literally just said, I built a fort, and that was it. And I said, yeah, dude, it's super sustainable. You should definitely jump in the middle of it. And this idiot runs from the back of the bus. There's no support in this mattress. It's just sitting between two mattresses on a left and right side.
God bless.
Completely airs out, full face and belly first, straight through this mattress, face first into the floor, and just ate it and laid there for about couple seconds and regretted his decisions. And then he put our steel player's mattress back, and then our steel player found out, and now we're still waiting for him to get his get back because he is going to hurt us.
It's coming. All right, what do you guys got?
Well, just on that same note, I was mad as hell because we had to go on the plane, and we had to watch all them just like kick their shoes off and sip Jameson and laugh at our, like, So me and Alex, we went on the plane.
Oh, I didn't laugh.
You didn't laugh. God bless you, Alex. Anyways, I proceeded to get hammered on this plane because I was so mad. No. And Alex had to sit there and watch me hold the little doggy bag throw-up thing in case. And that's why you don't get mad and drink too much.
I chose not to drink this day, and I ordered him a double Jameson sitting next to me so that he could have a quad shot of Jameson, essentially, 2 of them.
After a whole show,
I just said, "Hey, you take it."
Okay, we got to tell a story together.
So you got to tell the Teddy one, bro.
Which one?
When I went out to Tampa, and it was Teddy and Carl. And
What about the Bowling Green bathtub one?
Oh, God.
Bowling Green bathtub.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back on really think on some old shit, not like this tour even.
Oh, dude. Well, unfortunately, you should tell your bathtub story.
Okay.
We could talk about the Nebraska.
I personally want to. Oh, all right, I can tell that. I personally want to hear this bathtub story.
I really led up with that wrong. But
Bowling Green bathtub's kind of hot, dude.
I
kind of interested.
I threw a writer's camp in Bowling Green.
Great time.
And, for some reason, 2 passionate psychopaths, they drink too much and they just get a little chirpy. Those 2 being me and Sebastian here, me and Rufio. And there was like a 0.7 seconds of the willingness to maybe wrestle in the yard. And then I threw my beer, and then he was like, fuck you, walked away. And I felt so bad. We were sharing a room, and I let you stay in the bed, and I slept in the bathtub. Yeah. And you were like, no, dude, like, you can come back to bed. I was like, no, dude.
That sounds weird.
Yeah, Rufio wanted you to come back to bed.
Hey, guess what, guys? On tour, boys shares bed. I don't care if you like it or not. That's what happens. I sleep above you every night, man.
I know, dude. We hold hands. I love it. I'm not ashamed of it.
We all have a lot of bromances.
All right, I'm done.
No, we were. There was an artist of mine. Shout out to Carl Michaels. He was with Teddy. He was opening up for him, and Matt was playing for him. I think they were in Tampa, and he was performing the single. I wrote his single, and I was like, "Yo, I didn't get to see BTS perform that live because their fucking tickets are like $14K, like at SoFi Stadium." And so I was like, "Nah, man, I'm not gonna pay to do that. I don't care about money too much." But I got to see Carl perform it live, and then we may have stayed out a bit late, and the next day everybody had left, and we had no ride to, to Orlando from Tampa? I think it was Orlando. Yeah, bro, we took a ratchet ass minivan, but like it was an Uber driver, and he let us rip Camel Crushes the whole way down there and drink whiskeys. So shout out to you. I forget your name, but that was freaking. That was a good
Crush.
Uber ride.
Yeah. All right. This story may have been told before, but we're still going to tell it. Yeah. Okay. This is probably about 2022.
2021.
Ooh, 2021. So over 5 years ago.
It was the last show of the first tour.
Okay.
The first real tour we did.
So at this point, we were in Lincoln, Nebraska. Jelly was drinking this year, and for those who don't know, Jelly when he was drinking was it was just a whole nother beast.
A whole beast.
If he wanted, he was tequila only. He's ruined tequila for me forever because his shot of tequila would be about to there. It'd be like 6 to 8 ounces of tequila, and he'd call that a shot. That's not how it works.
No.
So anyway, this specific day was the last show. It was a small club. There was a lot of issues at the club, and he said, "All right, we're gonna have a drinking competition today. I'm gonna order all these bottles of tequila. We're gonna order all these Coronas, whatever."
But it was for money. He said we're gonna
last
have a
man standing.
Yeah, if you want to
$5,000.
Yeah, and if you want to compete, you have to do whatever the thing was. It was like drink.
It was a drink every 20 minutes or whatever it may be. So we all, everyone thinks they're like unstoppable when it comes to that sort of thing. And everyone's trying to go in and they're drinking. We're drinking our faces off. People are blacking out before the show's even started.
Oh God.
Hold on. Can I pause you real quick?
Yes, yeah. Let's go back and forth.
We ordered. First off, there was 20 bottles of tequila ordered, a slushy machine.
Oh boy.
Or a blender. Sorry.
Yeah.
One bottle of sweet and sour mix. For 20 bottles of tequila.
Just a touch.
For 40 people on tour.
Here's your margarita.
Yeah.
It was a tequila slushy every time.
Our guy DJ Chill thought he missed the set after the show.
No, he
was
didn't
so
remember
drunk
it?
the entire show that like literally we woke him up after the show and he woke up like all on and like, did I miss a show? And we're like, bro, you were on the stage doing the whole. What do you mean?
Shout out DJ Chill.
It was messy. Jack, I think, was like on top of it. Oh no, it was Casey. I think was on top of a speaker, like almost fell off the fucking.
It wasn't like strapped in. It was just a loose speaker.
Yeah. Oh, it was so sketchy. And so anyway, it came down to like a drink off at the end, and I believe it was me and you and our old merch guy, Matty Merch, that split the winnings.
Yeah.
$5,000. We got what? $1,600, something like that. And oh, dude, it was like the messiest night ever. It was absolutely legendary. I won't remember it, but I'll always remember that for forever.
Honestly, that year kind of like, that was like the party year. And then the next year was when everything started to kind of like.
We started to get more professional.
Thank God I wasn't there for all
that's
those
one
years.
thing, regardless of with Jelly and his journey with sobriety and his getting in shape and anything like that. He's always supported the circus.
Yeah.
And
the chaos.
We definitely provide the circus. Obviously it's been tamed down the last couple of years as we all get older and, we're really on another level.
To be alive.
Man,
it hurts more the next day is the problem.
2021, 2022,
we
saw some shit.
I need to say that night particularly, when it got down to the finals of us, I couldn't continue drinking the tequila straight. I couldn't handle it. It got to the point where I was chasing tequila with 14-hour-old cold brew.
You guys did the content for 14
so you
hours.
cheated.
Dude, no, we could chase stuff.
You
we
cheated.
just couldn't throw up.
You owe me $1,600.
Yeah.
Or at least 800.
I ran out of money.
We don't do that.
I don't have that right now.
I'm all out of money.
Hey, I want to be respectful for your time, guys. I appreciate this. This is really fun just listening to you guys tell these stories and all the insight and everything. Thanks for making time. A lot of people will enjoy getting to know you guys. I personally have. That's it. I guess we'll see you, tomorrow night?
Can we shout you out real quick?
Sure.
For that, me and the 36 Hour Bad Boys and Rufio want to thank Jason and the CDF Music Group for having us out here.
Yo.
Appreciate y'all.
Let's go.
We love you.
Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks.
And Hasten, dude, screw Hasten.
Live Oak.
He left us unread on a FaceTime call right now?
Wow.
Yeah. You didn't pick my shit up earlier, dog. I'm mad at you.
All right.
If he's mad,
thanks.
I'm mad.
Thanks, guys. That was really funny.
Sorry, we're absolutely...
No, we went